Hi, can you see me? Hi. Okay, so everybody has a story, right? Um, this is my story on how I got started painting um, and why I'm probably going to do this for the rest of my life. So, where do I begin? My name is Trisha Legon. I don't show my face on Facebook that much. Not Facebook, on YouTube. I don't show my face on YouTube that much. Um, and most of the people that paint usually show their face. Um, I don't. So I was like, let me let you guys in on who I am because I think if I do that, you will kind of understand my art a little more. You will understand who I am as a person and how that protrudes onto my art and how I create things. So, where do I begin? I am a native of Harlem, New York. I was born in Manhattan, New York. At the age of 6, a family member took me from New York and brought me to Georgia and gave me to a family member who was about 70 something at the time. Um, her being the age that she was, it was kind of difficult for her to try to keep up with a 6-year old. So I don't know who executive decision it was, but um, it was decided to place me with the state. So I am now the property of the state of Georgia. I was in foster care for roughly about 5 years. Some rough times. And then at the age of 12, by a miracle, a little old couple decided to adopt me. They also were not young. I believe my mom was in her 60s. My mom and my father were in their 60s when she adopted me. Um, but she had 5 boys and she wanted a daughter. And so, hence, I became part of the Rooks Wooten family. So, um, as anybody that kind of had a traumatic childhood, they go through stuff. They go through emotions, and kudos to people who actually take in children that belong to nobody, um, especially when you adopt them, because most of the children that are in the system have went through something so traumatic that by the time you get them, most of the time they're damaged. Um, they can be corrected, but they have already went through a whirlwind of trauma and emotions that um, they don't really understand what's going on by the time you get them. They're kind of lost, if you can understand what I'm saying. That's probably about where I was when she got me. I was a bubbly kid. Everybody said I was a bubbly kid. I was scrawny. I got teased a lot. I got beat up on a lot when I was really small. Um, but I stayed true to who I was. I was just a bubbly person. I wanted to get to know everybody. I wanted to be friends with everybody. I kind of stayed like that all the way up until my adulthood. And then I understood life. And so things kind of changed after that. But nonetheless, she took me in. We now have a wonderful relationship. Um, and I have my 5 brothers and my sister who I love very much. We don't get to talk to each other like we probably should, but I do love them very much. Um, because they taught me the importance of family. So let's skip the age of 18. I got married to my high school boyfriend, and I had my first child at the age of 18. He joined the Navy, yay Navy, and he served this country for 14 years. And he's still serving this country. He still works for veterans. That's what he does. So we are still married. We plan on getting old and until death do us part. He has been a very strong backbone to our huge family, because by the time I reached 30, we had already had 5 children. I had 4 sons and 1 daughter. So life was hard when he got out the military, like I'm pretty sure it probably is for a lot of veterans. And I don't think that they get taken care of or they get the resources that they need enough to be able to survive in the natural world, unless they have a humongous amount of support. But for me and my family, we were kind of loners. We kind of did it on our own. Other than when we were in the military family, everybody kind of took care of each other. At least that's how it was back in the 90s and 2000s when I were in the early 2000s. So that was a great experience, getting to meet different people, different cultures, getting to live on the East Coast, the West Coast, and then we moved back to Georgia. So here I am back in Georgia, and life kind of just took a toll. Like I said, you try to survive the best way you can. As I'm sure a lot of people have this same story, it's quite difficult. And not only was it just life and trying to survive as a family, but I guess in a sense, I was still kind of struggling with who I was as a person, because I never knew who my father was. I didn't know what he looked like. Still don't know what he looks like. And I guess at some point I probably should at least ask for a picture to see what he looks like. It's not because I don't want to. It just never happened. But I think that, things just kind of hit me all at once. I probably will say when I was in my early 30s is when things just kind of, because you start thinking about life, and the things that you've went through, the things that got you to where you are. And so me being the person I am, I still I put a smile on my face and I deal with it. That's what a lot of women do when we're trying to still stay strong for the family. So fast forward, we move into this place, and I was cleaning my house one day, and I got shocked by my stove. And after that point, my whole entire life changed. I don't know what it did to me, but it was like, I can't really explain it. The first day I went to the ER, I was fine. The first day. The second day, I could kind of tell something was off with me. And by the third day, I thought I was dying. Yes, good old panic attacks. So what happened was, I guess it kind of triggered some nerves in my body. And for an entire year, straight, I was having chronic panic attacks. I was in and out the hospital. And I remember one of the last full meals that I enjoyed. I cooked myself a steak. I put some garlic powder, some salt, pepper. I cooked it. I ate it. And my whole body went into almost like this, I don't know, it was almost like a tremble. My face was starting to go numb. And so I told my doctor, I was like, I think I might be allergic to garlic or something is going on, because I had this reaction. They test me and tell me I'm allergic to not only garlic, which happened to be a high count. It's something that they read in your blood or something, I don't know. But he commenced to tell me that I had small allergic reactions to almost everything that's on that list. And if any of you guys have ever taken an allergy test, a food allergy test, you know all the things that are on that list. Like milk, wheat, corn, shrimp, I think certain types of fish. It was just a list of stuff, right? And so turns out the test was trying to say that I was allergic to most of this stuff. So you can imagine with me already with my state of mind not being stable, if that's what you want to call it, with these panic attacks and anxiety that I had developed after I had got shocked by my stove. Like, I didn't eat anything. I couldn't, because I don't think most people understand that garlic is almost in everything that is processed, all the way down to the condiments. So if you look on the back of a pack of sugar, you will see that it has garlic powder in it. So for an entire year, I didn't eat anything. I couldn't eat almost anything at all. So I resorted to eating salmon, rice, and broccoli. But that was after I had actually started eating, because at some point I stopped. I don't know, between when the anxiety first started and probably a month after, I was told that I just stopped eating. I laid on the sofa all day. I developed some type of sinus thingy thing. I don't know. They told me I had sinusitis because I was in constant head pain right here. My nose was always stopped up. My allergies were going berserk. And my mom came down. She tried to get me to eat because she knows I love her cooking. And I couldn't. And so when I finally did tell myself I have to eat something, I started eating salmon, rice, and broccoli. And I did this for a year. But before I had even started eating that, I think I had already lost like 15, 20 pounds. By the time everything was over with, I had lost like 30 pounds, literally within a 4-month time span. So I don't know. I can't remember exactly who the first video was. I believe it was Courtney Holster. I don't know. I don't even know why YouTube recommended it, but I was watching YouTube one day and I saw a video by Courtney Holster. And you know, when you watch one video, other videos up underneath that video pop up that are similar sometimes. And then I saw a video of Kathleen, I'm trying to say her name right, Kathleen Osborne, Kathleen, Cause Creations. And then I saw a video from Sarah Mack. And so those three were my staples on who I kind of watched. Um, and I watched them probably for about 2 months. Um, for about 2 months. And I told my husband I was doing in and out jobs, if that's what you want to call it, because I was good at makeup. So I did have a few clients who had hired me to do their makeup. I did stuff for my kids, stuff to kind of keep me occupied, to keep my mind from going there. So I did gig work, in and out jobs. But by 2020, and this was before the pandemic had really became a thing, I told my husband, I was like, I want to try this. It looks really cool. And so I followed a video by Kathleen. And I wish I had it, but one of my family members took it. If I had it, I'd show it to you. It was this funky swipe she had done, and I went to the store. My husband took me to the store, bless his heart, and bought every single product that I needed. And this stuff is not cheap. All you guys know in the painting world that this stuff is not cheap. He bought me every single item, and I copied that painting down to the T. I mean, it looked exactly just like her painting. My husband and my kids looked at it and they're like, it's really good, Mom. So as time went by, I painted, I took mental notes on what to use. And in the beginning, just like anybody else that starts painting in the beginning, I bought the pour painting book. It recommended using pour medium, so I bought pouring medium. Pouring medium is very expensive, and it's cheaper to use Floetrol and even water. So, you live and learn. But over time, I developed, and it didn't take long, I developed my own style. I developed my own formulas, if that's what you want to call it, because I didn't even write this stuff down. I just mixed some stuff and did what I did. And lo and behold, I started back eating again. So for almost 2 years, or for a year and a half, I didn't eat Thanksgiving dinner. I didn't eat Christmas. I didn't eat any of that stuff. I didn't eat it. I would cook for everybody else, even family members that came over, and I would cook myself either some air fried chicken or a nice little piece of salmon, some white rice, broccoli, bam, I was good to go. So what painting has done for me, I started eating again. And I cannot express how it's just kind of changed me, because I'm one of those women that I'm good with my hands by trade, so I can make almost anything. I was always better at fixing stuff, better than my husband. TV break, I'd sit there and figure out how to fix. I mean, it was just that this stuff comes naturally to me. So by trade, I was always good with my hands, but I never knew in life what I wanted to do, because my whole life was dedicated to my kids and my husband, and being a mom, because that's what I had always been since I was 18. I don't really like working for people, especially hard labor. I'm sure nobody does. I've gotten into a few accidents that have been kind of hard on my body, and so just having a regular job just wasn't going to cut it for me. I used to work at the hospital, and it was almost torture on my body. There were days when we'd be on break and I'd be sitting in a corner somewhere, and nobody knew this, and I would be bawling my eyes out because my feet would be killing me. My back, I would have chronic back pain, but I did what I had to do. Um, but when I figured out in life, because people had tried to get me to open up a restaurant, um, by the way, cooking is probably my second great love hobby. Not second, third. I think photography is probably my second. Um, Owning a restaurant is a lot. It is a lot. And if you do it on your own, because I thought about starting a food truck, it's still a lot. So I didn't want to take that risk and then decide I didn't want to do it anymore. Um, and although I enjoyed makeup and doing it, it just didn't give me the joy that painting does. The joy that I get when I create something is just something so magical about it. And so I told my honey bunny, I was like, I want to do, like, this is what I want to do. I want to turn this into a career. Like, I want this to be what I'm good at. My dream had became so larger than what I could imagine, because that's how much joy and passion painting has given me. I was like, oh, I want to start my own store. I don't want to rent anybody's building. I want to go get my own and start it from scratch. And I want to have a store that's all handmade, that has great craftsmanship in it. People that do pottery, and I want to sell my work. People that sew, have custom made curtains. It was because I am a store freak when it comes to things like that. I love home decor, hence my title on my homepage, Art Inspired by Home Decor, because I can go into a Hobby Lobby, or I can go inside a Home Goods or a TJ Maxx, and my eyes light up so bright. And most of the time I don't even buy anything. I window shop. I get ideas so that when I get my forever home, it's gonna be bomb. And so, this is just kind of what I did to kind of make me happy and keep my mind off of darker places. Because after that shock, I had developed, not only did I develop anxiety and the chronic panic attacks, but I was diagnosed with severe depression and PTSD. And I mean, I had PTSD bad. I couldn't even go into a store. If I would walk to the back of a store, and I didn't know that it was anxiety at the time, I thought something was really wrong with me. And of course it was, but I didn't know what it was. Like everything would just go black. It was almost like I was blacking out. I couldn't breathe. I remember one of the last times when I realized I couldn't go in stores anymore was I went inside at TJ Maxx to, kind of pass the day away. And the further back that I got in the store, the darker it got. And I never experienced this, and I never knew what people that go through this, I never knew what they were going through until that happened to me. And so I have extreme empathy for people that are in this same situation. And if you are going through something like this and you don't paint, or I'm telling you, pick up a hobby, and it works. It works, and it does wonders. I'm not going to say it's a permanent fix, or I'm not going to even say it's a total fix, because I still have anxiety. The panic attacks, not so much now. Every now and then I can kind of feel one kind of flaring up. I've kind of learned how to control them, but it really does help you take your mind off of stuff. And so, I wanted to get on here and show my face and let you guys know the madness behind the paintbrush. and the paint pouring and the mixed media, because I kind of do it all. I enjoy it so much. And I appreciate those of you who are in the paint world and take the time to come up with these different formulas. I know I get a lot of people that ask me, can you tell me what formula you used? And it was one of the reasons why I decided to make this video. I'm kind of all over the place. So if I don't post something, it's because I probably don't remember. And you know, I do stuff on a whim. And so I really am kind of all over the place. It's one of those things I think that make it so great. It's almost kind of chaotic. And I do have a style, as you can tell. But I did want to let you guys see my face because I don't show it often. I have since gotten a lot better as far as anxiety go, but sometimes you'll hear me say in a video that I'm in pain. It's because after I kind of healed some during COVID because my anxiety kind of came back some. I can imagine it probably did for a lot of people. And if I could, I would have probably picked up a joint, but I can't smoke. So I basically had to endure whatever it was I was going through. But unfortunately, I had gotten some news from one of my doctors that has now since made me gain a lot of my weight back. And it's probably why you'll kind of hear me be out of breath sometimes. And hopefully soon I'll be having surgery and I will be back tip-top notch, A1 for you guys. Energy will be high because I really am an energetic person. But, you know, it's been kind of because, you know, when you're not feeling good, you don't really give 100% in the personality department. And so I just paint. Only because so many people have asked me to show them how I do things. As far as abstract art, I don't, I will, I promise I will, but I don't really do it on camera because when I make a lot of this stuff, I'm in a zone and I can't really focus with the camera on me. It took a lot for me to even start YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, my husband tried to get me to do YouTube years ago when I was doing makeup because I was so good at it. But little camera shy. It's nothing I can't, you know, I'm grown, nothing I can't, you know, I'll still make the videos, but I thought it was important for me to let my subscribers see my face, get to know who I am, and understand why I picked up a paintbrush. It was because of life. Since I started, I think I'm on number 13 as far as how many paint pouring videos I've made. So I've done 13 so far. And I went from, I think I've gained a little over 200 subscribers in the past month, I think, since I started. And I want to tell you guys thank you so much because I really do want to turn this into something that is my own, because it's like a baby to me, and so I'm gonna nurture it. I'm gonna love on it, and I hope to get you guys the best content that I can get you as soon as I can get me a better quality camera and stop recording on my phone. But until then, I'll be on my phone. And this is me, raw, naked. So until the next video, I hope you guys have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed month, a blessed year. Like I always say, you guys have a blessed day. Bye.